Welcome back to FACEIT TV, guys, here for the DreamHack European Qualifiers. The 5th spot to be decided tonight, and we do have myXMG and Flipside on map number 2 of their match, and playing concurrently with this match is Hellraisers and Alternate, and the winner of these two matches will actually play for that 5th spot. And we can go right into the knife round here on the second map of myXMG and Flipside. Flipside winning Mirage 16-11 on, and now we're going to be moving to myXMG's map actually, which is Overpass. So Flipside win their map, and now they play this. This is a map that yesterday they were able to take 3D Max down on very convincingly. I think it was like 16. I want to say 4, 5, 6, something like that. Just really, they just crushed them. And so, oh dear, okay, so Flipside are actually going to start on the T side. So this is going to allow myXMG to get the ball rolling on the CT side. And this is a map which I think is going to be, it's close to being solved when it comes to the CT strategy. And it's all about creating new tactics for the map. And this is something that I can go into more depth on maybe later, maybe in the eco round or something, as we're jumping into the pistol round now. And it is very good that people understand the different between tactics and strategy, but we're in with the B push, the inevitable B push. They're just hitting it hard, and so far they are getting shut down pretty hard as well. But they are coming in with the frags. Twist and Dumas able to even things up a little bit, as SMF getting crushed behind the barrels. Players left now for myXMG, Hunden and Freeze. Of course, this is going to be very tough now as Freeze is going to come in from the back and get himself a free one. That's going to square things up. Here comes Dumas. Puts a bullet straight into the brain of Freeze as they have Hunden remaining now. He has a kit, but oh, wow, okay. All right, we can see the game that Twist is playing right now. It is not pretty. And Flipside are going to take the pistol round. A really big deal for them. And the reason why they were able to take 3D Max down so hard last time is because they were able to start on the CT side, and they have a good CT side, and it's kind of like Nuke at the moment, and it probably will just, I think the map is just like that, and until it gets changed, there will be a huge advantage for the CTs, and we can explain why in a moment, because we have the scouts coming into play, and this is actually really smart to play the scouts on this map. You have a lot of mobility with the scouts and the CZs. You can actually swap that one over to a player with more health. That's smart. But they're able to actually take really advanced positions, fall back onto another position, and then safely retreat onto another position, and keep doing that until they're back onto the sites themselves defending. And hopefully by then they will have hit a few tags with the scouts, and that will allow the players of the terrorist side to be softened up enough to get taken out by the CZs. So far though, they're not finding the tags really, and it is going quite well for Flipside, as they have lost only a single man. Benji, of course, a little bit low, but it is looking much worse for myXMG in comparison, who have just 3 players left, 2 of which with 9 and 8 health respectively. Just going to come in with a P90 and pump those players full of lead, as SMF has found himself an AK-47. Unfortunately for him though, he hasn't got any armor, but this is actually more than worth saving. So, considering that myXMG lost the pistol, they're going to have to do the double eco business anyway, especially as they did go for the buy just in this round. So if he can keep this one alive and even pick up some kills if they try to hunt him, obviously it's quite a big map in fact, lots of places to hide, then SMF actually is going to be doing quite a big job for his team. And there's the first frag for SMF. And here comes maybe another one. They are knowing where he is. Spray down, might just find himself the next one. He does get all of them. SMF gets 3 frags, keeps the AK, and that's massive right there, because now Flipside are having to go for loads of rebuys. Their economy is pretty destroyed. In fact, behind this, there are some teams that should even buy up behind the AK, but obviously that's incredibly risky. And in fact, we are seeing actually some Deagles, or a Deagle and a PT50. So actually, Freeze, unless he gets some frags, can be in a position where he's not going to be on the best buys ever next round. But here comes SMF aggressively, trying to get some players down. Already finds one, almost a second frag. Zender barely alive on 5 health. Big damage from SMF. They need to try to retake this AK-47 in the sewers, as SMF's body is floating away there. And we'll have myXMG trying to hold down these positions. Hunden was able to pick up the AK, and there's no one with armor, so it should certainly be easy enough for Flipside if they play together here to actually retake the situation. But you can see the advantages that CTs get on this map. They can take up so many positions before the Ts can really come into any good ones themselves. And again, there's so many places that you can fall back after each successive hold of a period. Once you lose it, once it gets compromised, you can fall back to another good position, and that can happen multiple times until you're back onto the site. See, obviously, fast rotation times for the CTs between sites as well. We have Flipside though, taking control now. They do drop the AK on Hunden. Great play from MSL though, just popping away some heads with the USP long range. And big damage sustained again. 2 players really low, and in fact, MSL with the drop and the USP frag gets another one with the USP. What in God's name is this? MSL going huge with that USP. He got 3 frags already. Twist is over by the sewers, going to make his way over to try to get this round secured and in the bag. I could barely believe my eyes. It took me a moment to even register what just happened. MSL jumping down onto the water in front of the site and just hitting one single bullet as he went through the air. That is not even human from MSL there, and we'll have to see how many highlight clips that shot makes. Get that slowed down and get some free cams spinning around the 2 players. As we're going to see the spots from SMF there. Flips are going to take sewers pretty quick, but we can see how far spread myXMG are on the map. So much damage done by myXMG in these rounds as Twist finds himself at the party, but there's no reason to celebrate right now as he's going to get eliminated. And we can see how well these forward positions are rewarding myXMG, and they haven't lost anything now. And again, you can see now they can fall back. And not only does this slow the terrorists down, because they don't know how far back they've fallen just yet, so they've got to check all the positions. It's arduous, boring work for the flip side to try to eliminate all these positions, and then they get onto the site, and they have already perhaps even used most of their nades trying to get XMG out of those positions. So it's a really hard thing to deal with, and Flipside's certainly going to be looking for a miracle. It seems like they are going to get a pick over towards MSL. So that's a good start there. But SMF on the site itself, behind the barrels, is going to find himself a one-on-one. That's the bomber taken down, and Zender, hands over his eyes, blind, will fall to SMF as well. So good stuff there from myXMG in that round. That shot from MSL, my goodness. Okay, so let's have a look and see how myXMG do now. They're going to be playing aggressive again. I mean, they do have an eco to play up against. It's just Glocks for the most part. You can see the money there is pretty destroyed, actually, for Flipside. So not even able to really afford much. They've got 2 smokes, actually, which does give us a bit of a hint as to what they're aiming to do. You have to ask yourself the question, okay, what good is 2 smokes? Well, they are moving towards A, so you can expect there's the smokes between the crates there. One between the 2 crates and one between Optimus, as James has started to call it. This is Optimus here because it looks like Optimus Prime. Well, maybe not, but that's James for you, right? So it's so cool. I can diss James without him being here and defending himself. It's so cool. So Flipside just trying to line themselves up. There go the smokes. They are getting counter smoked and counter flashed actually. So this is really nice so far. And Benji's still holding on to his smoke, so they haven't got the smoke between the crate and Optimus just yet. Benji lining it up, it seems, for the back. And the side is now smokeless. Flipside going to make their way into the blocks. Should be open season now on terrorists for the players of myXMG. Trying to get the frags with these rifles. And so far, so good. They're just going to gun them down, and a couple frags found by SMF at the end, and things will resume as normal. Only losing Freeze, I do believe. So myXMG starting to bring themselves back into prominence now as the buy does shuffle in from Flipside. They do have the AKs to play with. Not a large amount of grenades to use, and a Galil on Dumas. So certainly going to be annoying if myXMG plays aggressively, and looks like that's what they're going to go for. Cillian with a very fast push there, trying to get himself towards party, but it's not really going to work out. It does get flashed away. So you can see that these are the potential for CTs to be aggressive and not have to think about which site that they're going to be on, because it's so fast to rotate between each site. Gives them so many options in how to find early picks or force out grenades early on from terrorists. And grenades are a big commodity and something that is very limited for Flipside in this round. Cillian there with a shot onto Twist. Look at this, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect prediction. Great angle held by Cillian. Twist never knew what hit him, as the nades do come in to try to punish them. And we aren't yet seeing a rotation, as myXMG aren't yet sure exactly what is in store for them. As Flipside do all gather behind the smoke. There is a re-smoke from myXMG. That's going to hold them outside even longer. This could be time for myXMG to send somebody around the back. And we do have SMF who is hopping over towards a sewer spot, but it's going to be Dumas who is going to start applying some pressure here. So it's trying to kind of fool them to believe that because of the smokes they've fallen back away from A, but that's not really the case. They're going to be coming into A anyway, and they've got 3 players on the angles. There's Freeze from the stairs, going to find himself 1 frag, Hunden 1, a Cillian 1, and just Dumas left with the Galil, and I'm afraid that's just not good enough. He will go down to Freeze, and it is a 3-3 scoreline currently. So, and this is why I was saying I believe that this map is kind of solved strategically for the CTs. If you have the money to actually play aggressively, of course you can't do certain things every single round, but the general strategy is very effective, that you're able to push very far up the map and slowly fall back upon positions and positions. And it's all about filling out that the idea of the aggression, and the T's have to push you back. You can because your positions are so good, and you're forcing them to use nades and stuff before their push comes in. Like you have so much freedom to do that, and there's so many tactics that are strong, and there's such a diversity of tactics you can use in that situation. So that's always going to be the strategy for the CTs. You can see how well it's working out for myXMG. Already finding a quick pick there, but they are against Nico. They're deciding to play a little bit slower this round, to get outpaced by the CZs and so on. But here comes the last pistol from Benji. He will get taken down there. So the money being built significantly. And Twist is going to pick himself up an AWP, but Freeze has one as well. Let's check out these AWPers, shall we? I remember Zarte yesterday was going pretty huge in the connector area, down the long tunnel. This area, in fact. As we can see, Freeze is working himself onto a pick from the park area. Does find Twist. That's a huge frag there. And look at this. Look how far away the bomb is. And they've already lost 2 players because of the aggression of the TTs. And they didn't even have to go all the way back to the site just yet. They can do all sorts. They can stay in the middle and keep a threat alive to go for a flank through connector. They can do all sorts of things that are very threatening to the terrorists. So this is why we often see the terrorists take a lot of time to try to before they decide that they're comfortable with the inevitable push onto a site. And SMF is there now with the jump spot, going to spot, I think, it's 1 player. Oh no! I don't think he was gunning for that player, but he's going to get it regardless. There he spots another one, and he's going to get, so much more damage. Okay, just 20 damage, but still, it's going to soften them up before the push comes in, and already eliminating 1 before the push comes in. Benji does get an opening, a frontal lobotomy for Hunden, but he is going to get back up, respawn, as is the nature of this game. In Counter-Strike, you don't die really, you just respawn. It's an eternal torment that you're facing. To die and die over and over again. That's actually like some backstory behind the Quake 3 Arena. The storyline of Quake 3 Arena is very, very important, obviously. Alright, so we can talk about Quake 3 Arena lore later on, as we are going to get the push coming in towards Sewer here now as SMF. Oh my god! That single grenade put Benji down to 6 health. I didn't even know that was a thing. Apparently it is a thing. Didn't have any... No, surely that wasn't just that 1 grenade, but either way, myXMG softening them up dramatically as they come in. They did have the numbers advantage, but surely not the health advantage, neither the position. They're all going to get eliminated by these these great angles. Dumas with a fantastic headshot onto Hunden, but really he needs to find a lot more going into this side. This SMF rounds the corner behind that pillar and is going to find the frag. 6-3 for myXMG as they are pulling ahead now. They have shown that this is their pick for a reason, and the reason is we get the CT side of this map and we get it completely. And so far we haven't seen Flipside with the appropriate reads. However, we are quite aware, I think, from the match they played yesterday on Overpass that they do have strong tactics and the understanding of the general strategy of the CT side here, as well as we are going to see SMF get challenged by Suet. So a bit of an aggression coming in. Twist did find the trade though. It's nice of him to line that up with the player coming through, the timing wise. But MSL with a very strong angle. That's 2 quick frags, and the pistol's going to get not much other than a single frag onto Hunden. So very good trades by myXMG. That's totally okay. 1 for free, absolutely okay. But it's going to be on these players here on this site to see if they can hold on. Cillian there, going to work it with the CZ. And there you go. 7-3. The flip side, they need to read these aggressions better, because like any aggression, if you're going to show yourself first, there's always risk. As if your opponent knows that it's coming, can take the more advantageous angle for that fight, or even use grenades, and he can likely win the fight. Obviously, nothing's ever guaranteed. There's always risks, and you can always, create some ambiguous percentages as to how effective a play will be, considering certain circumstances, positions, weapons, and so on and so forth, and previous knowledge. But generally speaking, if you are able to read the CT's aggression, then you should be able to get something done, a punish at least, but we haven't seen that yet from Flipside. myXMG have been working it very well. And this is a bit of a middle of the road. They are a little bit aggressive, but they're not all the way. And you can see that Flipside taking their time to try and eliminate all the positions. There's a great pick there from Benji, eliminating MSL behind the barrels. And his position will be quickly filled up by SMF, who is now around the barrel position. As myXMG, then more interestingly, if we look towards the players, Cillian, he's going to catch them in the side. They didn't check the position yet, trying to wait for the frags, and he is actually going to get destroyed before he can find a kill. Going for a little bit of a risk. Usually you're going to get at least 1 frag there. But SMF now in a good position to try to get a punish on after that grenade was thrown, but Twist going to take him down, and it's like they're grasping for straws at the moment, as they are all getting taken down, trying to take a risk to try to equalize this massive deficit in this round. It's not going to happen for them though. There's 100 against 5 players. If you get a few kills here, certainly would be nice, but I don't expect that to happen. Dumas going to take him out, and we are going to see a 7-4 scoreline, as Flipside might just be able to bring themselves a couple more rounds, and it would be a huge result for them to get 5 or 6, as their CT side again is very strong. Although you have to always remember that winning the pistol is always going to be significant for the beginning of the half momentum in the economy. And we are seeing once again a bit of a middle of the road aggression. So we have Freeze there looking towards the party angle, and we do have his teammate Cillian, who's got an ability to support him if he misses a shot and they rush him close. The flash for him and so on. The support is there, and you can see that they give it up very easily right now. They're not going to get the quick kill. They're not getting the angles they want. So they're like, okay, let's go back to the site now and fall back there. So it's kind of these plays are why it can be so CT-sided sometimes. You get all these kinds of positions where you're safe to back away if it messes up, or most of the time at least. And you even get a strong position on the angles as they move aggressively into the sites, especially if you've got counter grenades. And the spot coming in here from SMF is going to spot nothing in the sewers just yet, so they don't exactly know what's going on, but it's likely from those spots that there is definitely people around A, and they have reacted by having 3 on A now. They're going to see a lot of grenades, and those bullets from those AKs are certainly going to make them a little bit wary, but they already have 3 players here, and they're going to smoke it off actually, and they're going to back away for the B push. But SMF, who was around this area, should be spotting this, and he is going to be put to a very nasty defense. 2 angles at once, then they're finding the first frag on MSL as SMF gets gunned down by Twist, and things not looking very good at all now. Great play from Flipside. Beautiful rotation. Can be very hard to pull off in this map, but they did it very well. And they're going to find the last frag. But largely speaking, that was a beautiful round. Absolutely beautiful round. They forced out the reaction. 3 players moves on to the A site. Then they were able to rotate very quickly. And it is rare that you actually see that play effectively pulled off. But they were able to manage to do that. And part of it was because SMF moved position towards the sewer angle instead of the jump spot, so he didn't see them coming quickly enough. But generally speaking, that was beautiful. So that's going to give the Flipside their 5th rounds. The pistol round obviously getting them up to 3 rounds very quickly, but two of these rounds that they've won have been gun rounds. It's a great peek there onto Freeze. Very, very, very nice indeed. And myXMG now probably going to decide to fall back a little bit, but as I say that, FACEIT is going to hold on to this this angle towards the A-long here, the park area. And he does have teammates, 2 teammates towards the sewers area as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this transpires. And we already see that FACEIT's going to lose his life. So Hunden has to come out pretty huge here. He's going to put the smoke down, which is going to slow them down a little bit. But they should just go in here before this gets reinforced. They are going to be killing the flank and going to go in. Hunden with 2 frags. They're trying to make their way through the smoke. He runs out of bullets, but with 2 frags, he's going to square things right up here for his team. MSL is charging in from Park, as we do have Zendet ready for this. He knows MSL's coming. He switches his gun. I'm not sure about that, and Benji's left alive with the AWP towards Optimus, and this is not quite the best spot for the orb. He finds the shot onto MSL. There's one more quickly approaching in SMF, tossing in the smoke though. This is going to be really hard. Going to go for the shot, and he hits the hip shot onto SMF. Benji with a great save in that one, and that's going to bring them to 6 rounds, and myXMG are going to be starting to sweat profusely as they are allowing the match to slip from their grasp. So AWP on Twist, AWP on Benji, and we're seeing even a FAMAS here for myXMG, certainly stretched for the buy. So let's check out where the AWPs are playing. We do have both of them towards this the same angle actually. Very interesting there. Let's see if we can get a better angle than that. In fact, let's see. No, we won't. Never mind. Can't get any sky cams for that. But generally speaking, 2 AWPs is very dangerous on this map, especially if, I mean, Twist, he is expecting the jump spots, and just missing picks of there. Benji edging onto MSL. It's a great aggressive pick with the AWP. Oh, and he gets the 2nd pick as well, the 2nd entry, but through the head of a teammate. Why not? Why not? It works. They're into the site. The bomb goes down. FACEIT makes his way from Squeaky. Benji with another frag. He's got 4 kills now in this round if you include the team kill. And FACEIT is going to be moving his way onto the retake. Pretty much forced to go through the smoke as Benji's on the angle. There it is, kill number 4. I'm going to call it an ace. I'm going to call it an ace just because he got his teammate in there as well for the 5 kill. 7-7, Flipside with a remarkably strong T-half now, and if they're able to finish with an advantage, I certainly am going to be very fearful for myXMG's chances on their T side, but it is going to be interesting to see how well they know this map on the T side. Of course, it is developing a lot of the tactics of this map, and if you have a better understanding of all the tactics than your opponents, then you're going to be able to counter them and expect them and deal with them in a more effective manner. As Flipside are going to make their way across the map slowly but surely. We are going to see myXMG struggling to find their frag as Zender gets the first kill onto FACEIT. And Hunden going to fall as well, and now it's just 2 players left for myXMG as this looks to be the 8-7 for Flipside on the T side, but actually dropping the bomb from behind. Freeze is going to find himself in a key position, but that is going to be Freeze getting removed from that position as comes into play. SMF with the deagle out now. Oh! That's gotta hurt right there. Benji getting dropped to the floor cold as they're coming onto the angle, and it's a single bullet. That is all that's required. And Flipside do get themselves an 8-7 finish, and that is beautiful. Beautiful for Flipside. Definitely very worrisome for myXMG, who now need to absolutely win the pistol. And Flipside, I think the most notable round for me was them pulling off the rotation there so effectively. I mean, they had a lot of, and the double AWP as well was really, really cool to see that they were able to find the picks with those. But obviously, their opponents were in positions where they didn't have many grenades to actually use, and they were a bit too afraid with the money situation and with the buffer of rounds that they had, which was pretty much none, to actually go for some aggression towards the latter points of the map. So this allowed them to have much more liberty as the terrorist side with the AWPs and get the angles that they wanted much more effectively, much quicker, and more safely as well. As we go into the pistol, a lot of pressure on myXMG to make this one work. And there's the flash for Sewers into the pipe as we see the movement from myXMG. Just a run and gun, the Glock train up into the A site. There is actually Dumas who is present. Very close now towards the toilets area. Let's have a look at Dumas then. He is in a very important spot. It is quite risky to have him here alone without any teammates to help him out. But we can see that this risk is going to pay off because he's going to spot the rotation instantly and call it for his team. So that is going to pay off. He even gets the kill to boot. And they're ready for this now. They can even they can all rotate if they want to towards B because they can be quite sure, considering how far Dumas was forwards, that this push is coming into B now. As the rotation takes so long for the T's, they're going to make their way in. And already getting gunned down. They cannot find a way in. SMF, as I say that, dropping 2 players with the Glock. In with another one. SMF going out huge, and it's a 1-on-1 all of a sudden. SMF on 4 frags. And Dumas is coming back in from the stairs, looking for the angle. Trying to wait for the sound of the defuse to know for sure exactly where his opponent is before he peeks. Now he knows where SMF has to be, thanks to the sound cue. But he is waiting for the plant. Going for, oh, beautifully read by Dumas. Not peeking till the last second and outplaying SMF, but SMF almost with the ace there, with that Glock. Beautiful stuff, and that's going to give him a lot of cash, actually. So if he wanted to, he could actually buy up a scout or something like that, and he's going to go for the deagle. As the 4x comes in from myXMG, they have a lot of pistols. In fact, Hundin running with just a Glock and a Molotov and 2 flashes. You'd want to think that the Molotov's going to go for the barrel position, in fact, but there's nobody there. In fact, going to keep that Molotov alive, and they are just running and gunning through onto the side, but there goes Benji spraying down with the FAMAS. He is going to be able to take down a couple players, but it is a 2-on-2, and the weapons promptly picked up by myXMG. In comes Dumas from the pipe, takes down Hundin with a headshot. MSL finds himself a weapon, but not at the cost of his own health. And he does manage to fall back, and Twist with a massive health advantage. This should surely be the round for Flipside as Twist makes his way around. MSL with no health left to play with, and it's going to be the frag for Twist. And Flipside going to bring themselves back into prominence. 10-7. Them down though, so that's going to allow, I don't think that will allow a bite just yet. In fact, they could go for it if they wanted to. Looks like they're going to go for it and keep the pressure on Flipside, which is certainly smart. You can see how effective it was when they moved straight forward for the rush. If there wasn't a really strong defense straight out of the pipe, they were able to get into the positions on the slope in front of the pillar on the site very quickly on B and do a lot of damage. And with the Galils, if they get those close range to the M4s, they're going to stand a really nice chance in these one-on-ones. But already lots of wallbang damage going through the sewers. Great map knowledge coming in from Flipside already. As the HE comes in, a lot of damage is done, and Flipside go down a player, but they've got all the angles. 2 frags found, including that HE. Great stuff there from Berg, as they are down to 3 already before they can even make their way through the site in Twist. Oh, that was nice. Twist with a lot of damage there on that grenade. And Dumas is coming in the back. And slowly but surely, unless myXMG speed things up now, are going to be in a position to actually make this work. That there from Twist and Berg going for the boost, finding the frag. And this is the really troubling thing on this map, is that the CTs can really stop these pushes quite effectively before they come in. And Dumas can go in for the flash, and there is one player in the sewers. Esleon, he just wants to deal damage right now. He knows he's going to die. He's reserved that. He's made peace with the fact that he is not long for this world, and he can't do any damage as he does get taken down by Twist. So that is definitely going to be another round for Flipside, as they are in a really good position, and the bomb didn't go down or anything like that. Had the bomb gone down, actually, maybe if there was a frag or two more, myXMG would certainly have brought up, I think, but to keep the pressure on. But this is a bit too far away from a situation where that's actually a good idea. So quick aggression down into the connector here for Dumas, Squeaky, and you see the usual shenanigans here from the CT side, just taking forward positions and making sure that they're able to read the movement and effectively take good engagements together. SMF through the smoke, oh my god. Takes the frag onto Benji, picks himself up the M4. He's even got a Molotov actually, and MSL going to find himself an easy pick on Dumas, and everything is going right for myXMG in this round. They're finding all the timings. Whether intentional or not, 2 M4s are picked up, and they're gonna do nothing there for Berg. Bomb is very far away. This is the big problem for them. They need to make sure that this bomb is faster, as they can't really react with a push if the bomb is so far behind either side. And they're slowly just getting taken down one by one. And despite taking down 2 players, if they're able to do no more damage or get the bomb plant, then this round is just okay and not a good one. So we'll see what MSL is able to do with this M4. If he can make a quick pick, certainly it is a game on, but he's going to get taken down by Berg. Superior positioning from the CTs, as we would expect. They knew it was coming, and they do take down the round. So myXMG now in with the buy, and we have to see what FaCEIT is able to accomplish with this AWP. Okay, so Twist is on the AWP as well. You can see the very aggressive push here. He's going to get the shot onto FaCEIT. Oh, that is devastating. And this is it. You can fall back to position upon position. He even has the support of Dumas here. Dumas could have helped him if he wanted to take a more forward position. But in fact, he's going to go to Park, actually, with that AWP, and leave Dumas alone in the connector area. And Asilian is going to take the frag there. No action to be found for Twist in the Park area just yet, as myXMG try to work themselves around this map. Very active on Flipside, but so far they are getting picked. So myXMG move into an advantageous situation as MSL takes the frag onto Benji. And Cillian going to make the jump down there, as we do certainly have a very good situation for them now. It's just Twist left over. Going to have to be the AWP round of his life. Already taking the first kill in this round. Would need an ace to win this, but as he runs back, we can see the reason for the save of the AWP. It is that they are broke. B-R-O-K-E. I should totally go to some spelling bees. They don't have that in the UK, actually. That's like an American thing, like these spelling competitions. But I'm sure I would be awesome at them. And they are searching for Twist. They know the AWP is somewhere. And they actually got the nade and spotted him exactly. Twist is going to get blinded and taken down there by Hunden. So great find there by Hunden. Hunden perhaps a tracker in his spare time. Wouldn't surprise me in the... I imagine that there's a lot of awesome like forest life in... I don't know what to call it right now. I'm lost for words, but... I'm sure you can, and there's lots of people that are into that survival stuff and the tracking stuff, and I'm sure in Denmark it's probably like a really good place for that. There's a lot of rural areas, beautiful countryside to do that kind of stuff in. But anyway, I digress, as we have another aggressive push along the map from Flipside, and this is obviously going to work out very well if they're able to find some of these close range engagements. But myXMG are already expecting this, and they have MS on a really good position there, going to catch 2 players already. So that's one taking down, the position of another revealed, as Dumas gets dropped as well by SMF. MS are going to finally finish off Zende as well. So largely very limited damage done by Flipside. In fact, none, to be more accurate, to be more precise. The only damage done by Flipside so far is perhaps forcing out some grenades, but that is minimal to say the least. So there you go, MSL are going to find himself the 3rd kill, and Twist will die very soon. So after this round, we're going to see the buy coming out from them. And myXMG, if they're able to keep this ball rolling, they are going to be in a position to tie up the game very soon, as they should get the next round down just about now. But if they get in this position whereby they are losing the next 2 rounds, then they're going to be ecoing, and Flipside are more or less going to be on 15 rounds. So this is a very key moment for myXMG to establish a level of momentum and control on the economy game, and they can't have any hiccups here. So even if Flipside lose the next round, if they are able to take down like 4 players or put it down to the last man, they're still in like a good position to keep myXMG in kind of or close to eco territory, and that's like really important to think about for these teams when it comes to playing the very, very late stages of the match. So myXMG with a healthy bank for now, and a freeze on the AWP. The match is paused, and I wait to see if I get any information as to what caused the pause. And so far, nothing is coming into my ears about this situation just yet. So I'm going to see if we can communicate with the admin and see what's going on. But at the moment, Flipside not looking quite so good on the CT half. I expected them to do a little bit better, but it is to the credit of myXMG that they've been able to effectively suss out some of the positioning from Flipside. You can see that they've been trying to abuse the nature of the CT strengths on this map. And once again, if you're joining us, I made the point before, which I think is quite important. As we see the unpause, now I don't get to make my interesting point. So I'm no longer a Freeze fan. Thanks, Freeze, for that unpause. But I am actually a fan of getting the game played. So and it does seem like Berg is requesting a second. So it shouldn't be long now. All right. So generally, this map, as far as the CTs go, strategically it's pretty one-dimensional. There is a really big strength for the CTs once you have the economy to actually push all the way down the map. And there's so many ways to play these picking situations once you have aggressive positioning to safely take a shot or have a situation where you can have nice setups with your teammates and then fall back if it doesn't work out. Or even if it does work out, even if you do get a kill, you can fall back onto another position and go from maybe a push from the party area where you're looking close to T-spawn, and then you can fall back to like the toilets area and then maybe go a few step backs and then the site. There's so many positions to fall back onto, and you can even get control of the middle and connector. That there's so many ways to play aggressively and fall back that it gives a lot of options to play tactically or to run really strong tactics and a large diversity of tactics. But we're going to go into the buy round here. As Benji goes aggressively into the sewers, and myXMG not messing around at all. They're just going to go for the charge and they pick up an early kill. So not flashing himself into that position is going to be something that haunts him tonight, as going down one player for Flipside is certainly going to put them in a position where Twist is going to have to do a lot with this AWP. They might even lose Berg. They goes down to 8 health. Not what you want. And they're going to boost up Twist, and Twist is going to spot nothing. So, oh, there it is. Does catch him as well. He does come back through the pipe. And that's going to even things up, but still, it's not going to look so good for Flipside. Reason being, they've only got 2 smokes left at this point. This is looking great for myXMG. They just have to execute now onto this A site, and it should all be good. All good in the hood. As Civilian leads the charge, instantly drops Flipside's Dumas. As Hunden is going to get the bomb down. And this game is already, this is match point now for Flipside, by the way, if you're just joining us. They did manage to win the first map, Mirage, 16-11. So this is for the chance to play the winner of Hellraiser as an alternate for a chance then, should they win that match, to actually get the 5th spot for these qualifiers. Already qualified, LDLC, Planet Key Dynamics, ESC and Penta. So those are the already qualified teams. So yeah, tonight we're going to find out whether it's going to be myXMG, Flipside, Hellraisers, or alternate to join those for the 5th spot. Terrorists win. So there you go, the save of free weapons, very smart there from Flipside, and this is going to give them a chance to play something this round. Play for a win even. If they go aggressive and find a couple picks, which is absolutely possible. We already saw Twist who managed to push himself all the way down to party, make some really great shots happen, and then they can certainly secure an early edge and maybe push that through to a victory. But myXMG definitely look really good at the moment. So let's quickly check out Twist's position. He is going to go aggressive down the middle, the connector, down this middle alleyway. We'll have to see if he's able to pick up the kill. There is SMF around the corner. He's going to get the shot onto SMF. Now he's just got to work his way out of position. You can see that he does have a teammate nearby to help him. It's Dumas, but Dumas goes down, and so Twist is going to go through the squeaky. That's safer for sure, but A is open now. So this is they should be able to realize this actually, because they knew the AWPer was down in the connector, and they took down the other A player, so they're slowly creeping towards A now. But they're not quite fast enough to stop the rotation of Twist, or rather punish it. So Twist will get into position. We can see that Berg is going to also reinforce Twist as well. So they're split 2 to a site, and this is certainly not horrendous for them, but we're going to see that if there is a push, it's going to be a 3-on-2 situation for them, as the bomb is going to go in as they split 2 players off actually towards the B side of the map, and we're going to see that the push is going to be successful. There's 2 players left over, and Zender and Benji, as the bomb does go down. MSL going to get taken down by Benji. But Flipside might just have to save once again these weapons. This retake is not happening. So very good stuff here from myXMG, and look at their money. This is actually nuts how well they're doing at the moment. The aggressions from Flipside not really working out. I mean, Dumas was the one that got picked off towards the toilets, and he was there to support Twist. So when Twist got the frag, that he could safely pull back towards A. But that position was so heavily compromised, he had to go through Squeaky, where it was safe and held by his teammates. And so, I mean, that was good that he could get out there alive. But at the same time, Dumas absolutely getting picked off is absolutely, what cannot happen for the role that he was playing there. So now we're going to see 3s with the AWP again. And for the first time, actually, Flipside taking 2 guys down towards Park. And so Freeze is going to be on the angle just about. They're looking for this. They know that Flipside so badly wants to challenge this. And look at how many nades are coming out this far back into the map, towards this close to T-spawn. It's just the nature of this map as the metagame has developed. And the tactics are being developed. He's going to come in for the angle, and the Pistol's looking to find something. Zender actually going to take down MSL, so already a good start here for Flipside, but it is Twist on that angle, and we're going to have to jump onto Twist quickly to see if he's able to find this kill. It looks like they are going to back away though. Back towards the B site, where there are actually 2 players, so Flipside playing, just walking the razor's edge at the moment, 1 full step with these Pistols and no armor, and they are dead meat. But we do see the push onto the position of Zende. This is best case scenario for Flipside. Zende, all he has to do is execute against the picking opportunities, the entries coming in. He does go down. Got 1 player down though for his troubles. London going to make his way in as the first man. It's a lot of damage though, and looks like Dumas is going to get taken out as well. It's all on Berg and Twist now for Flipside, as they come in with the CZ and the P250. Hunter's actually planted the bomb. They do get a frag, and that's a weapon, but can't get to it. Twist getting taken down. And we get a tied game finally. It's been a long road, but myXMG have managed to get all the way to that tied game. This is really important for both teams, obviously. I mean, it's not going to be guaranteed that either of them are going to make it get that qualifier spot, but obviously Flipside really want to establish themselves. These are really good players. Players like Twist have been playing for so long, but hold that thought. We're going to get Benji picked already at the beginning of the round from the Suez position. He does get smoked off by the CTs as they don't feel comfortable playing aggressively anymore. myXMG have the map. They've yet to realize it, but this is just kind of the, look how far back they are right now. This is just how this map is at the moment. You can't take anything for granted. There could be CTs crawling out of the walls, so you've got to be very careful about that. And Twist is going to find his teammate there as they around the corners in the toilets area, and it's going to round himself as well around that corner onto the angle of Berg, and he will pick up that frag. So already 3 players left for Flipside, and they are weakening, not really showing the tactical depth required to surpass myXMG's T play. And looks like Dumas goes down as well. Not seeing a lot of trade frag opportunities executed by Flipside, as we are going to get Zende executing with that M4, only going to pick up a single kill though. And Twist left to bear the burden with the AWP, and he does not like this at all, so going to try to keep himself alive. Yeah, largely speaking, myXMG are finding loads of picks. The trades are not coming in for them, and they're not able to, and Flipside are not able to really make a good of these aggressions, as we've seen some teams do so effectively. We're not seeing a lot of pop flash setups or stuff like that coming in from Flipside either. So a lot left to be desired for them to actually once again surpass myXMG as they slowly sweep through the map, clearing all the positions. And they seem very comfortable to myXMG with this. And you can see this is why they picked this map. I was obviously worried for them, but having not seen them, I should have stayed at my tongue. And we're going to see the pause coming in from Bergen. We'll wait for the updates from the admin as to the reason for this. So there's some sound issues in the mix. Okay. Well, I'm going to take this moment to have a drink. And I advise you guys do the same. You've got to stay hydrated when you're watching CS. I don't have James to help me here today. He will be back later, though. We have the John Wick tournament coming up later on, and James will be back for that. If you are going to be staying up late, I think it's going to be starting at 2 a.m. Central European time, if I'm not mistaken. I think that, yeah, that's correct. So if you're a crazy CS fan, you want to see some John Wick action, then that is going to be happening there for you at 2 a.m. And we are so close to the FACEIT LAN now. There's lots of people currently traveling to Milan, and we are going to have the unpause. So here we go. So it's 12-13. Flipside at a one-round deficit. They are all going to be playing their hearts out right now, as if they do win this map, they can close it out now instead of having to go to an Inferno decider. And look at that, straight up into the bomb site. myXMG not messing around at all. Dumas and Twist with frags though to stop this push onto that B bomb site, as we are seeing a struggle now. Freeze trying to get the angle. Oh, Twist with a great shot there, taking down Hunden, and it's all on MSL and Freeze now as Flipside come back into the match with an explosive defense of this B bomb site, and now it's all on Freeze. Wouldn't want to count him out, but as he slides down that slope, it's looking too strong there for Flipside. So finally something going right for them, and they couldn't have left that any later. Round 27, 13-13. I do believe as well that it's the overtime rule set is MR5 with 16k. So if we are going to see that overtime, it's going to be an exciting one. So they are going to go straight in now. They're angry. They are seething right now with this defense. It's so strong from Flipside. They're deciding that they have a stronger push this time around. They have a 3-on-2 advantage. Dumas is going to chuck over that HE. Not going to connect with anything. Dumas now turning the corner around the smoke and looking for the peek of the planter. His patience. Oh, he spots the barrel of the gun. And oh, Freeze is going to take the frag now. Dumas comes the head off of Hunden. 2 players left to find, and there is SMF very close to his left. There's no way he knows this. He's going to actually back away to flash over the top. In he goes with the AK. No idea about SMF. And into the very, very scummy water he goes. 14-13, and Flipside, having won that round previous to the last, are going to be able to facilitate a bye. But this is it. This is it for them. If they lose this one, it's curtains on this map, and myXMG will take us to a third map, Inferno. And the next match we're going to cast is going to be the winner of this one versus the winner of Hellraisers and Alternate, which is going on at the same time. There is a Russian and German stream available for that one if you're interested for that. But it does seem that Flipside aren't going to take any aggressions at all. No risks. Finding some better results so far in just straight up defenses. So back to basics, back to the absolute fundamentals. and ignoring any early aggressions. However, myXMG aren't going to rule that out and are in fact, as we can see, slowly making their way across the map methodically, not leaving a single thing to chance. Checking every single nook and cranny of the map as they get closer and closer to these bomb sites. Freeze might be the man to open up the A bomb sites. No one on that area to boost him up though. You can see there are some very disgusting boosts into that side. But Ingo the nades gonna just execute the set play. Twist gonna take down the player who was running distraction towards that B bomb site. Ingo the entry frags though. It is a 3-on-3. Looks pretty good for Flipside, but as I say that, they go a man down. Bomb gonna get planted as Zende moving into position up the stairs. Here he goes, Bang's going to take down Asilion. Can he push through back to make this work? They do have the side actually. Freeze and Hunden playing from a distance, and Twist is going to take down Hunden. It's an open plant though. Threes rounding the corner with the AWP, finds the first shot, has to get the second one. In comes the second player, and Freeze makes it work. That's going to be the round for myXMG as Freeze comes in with some great ult plays, and we have 15 to 13. Flipside need to come in with 2 in a row, and CZ armor, that's what they got to play with. CZ armor and some nades. So going aggressive, certainly going to be a much better option. That's exactly what they're going to go for as well. myXMG, I wonder how well they are going to read this, the money situation for them, and whether or not they will expect this. But so far they've been so methodical about the way that they sweep through the map, and if they play this round no differently to that, Twist with the spot into Sewer there, then this should be in the bag. But then again, CZ is the most putrid of weapons. So 2 players on park for Flipside, or 1 rather, sorry, as 2 are on connector. They're very close to this, and we had to see myXMG make a move. They are waiting for Flipside to go first. There it is, Hunden going to spot Berg. As now Twist comes in from the back. Oh, the last bullet finds Hunden's head. Unbelievable stuff there from Flipside. They haven't lost a single man yet. They've taken down 3 with the CZs. The patience, it comes in every so many rewards. And Flipside with a surprise round victory. And no matter how patiently myXMG play, the CZs, Flipside, they get the better of them. Beautiful stuff there. Beautiful stuff there. Love the patience. The tension was palpable. So the openings now, they're potentially the last round if myXMG are able to close it up. We do have them going for a much faster round. Moving straight up through to sewers. Spot a peak just yet, or rather a spot just yet, a jump spot. And Asilian's ready for it though. His sole responsibility right now is to nail a player who jumps best. And Benji's using some angles other than the common ones initially to avoid getting taken down from those jump spots. As myXMG have the positions that they want. It's about finding the picks now. It's about baiting out the grenades. It's about weakening the defense when the push finally comes in. It's about trying to push CT players from one position to another. And so far they've managed to get Benji down to 15 health. That's a good result in of itself for myXMG. And look at this response here from Flipside. Look at this. So many players close to this B angle, or the B angles here to try to defend the B push. They're really reading a B push right now. And in it comes, looks like Dumas down there by the smoke, gonna peek up as Twist gets the first frag with the AWP. They're all getting low right now. And it looks like frag for frag. It is gonna be an even situation, all squared up as myXMG are on the bomb site. And MSL goes for the bomb plant. Put a timer on that round, but there's the fire just barely missing the plant spot. In goes the grenade over the top there from MSR as he goes into a better position. And Flipside, 3-on-3 going for this retake. This is to save the round. He's going to miss the shot there, and that might not go so well, but the CZ is going to save him. Misses the second one. They're not even focused on him right now, and in come the frags from MSL, in comes the frag from Freeze, and that's going to be the round on the map for myXMG, and that means we will go to a 3rd and final map. It's going to be Inferno between these 2 teams. And so far, this has been a pretty exciting match. Very, very close over pass. I knew that Flipside had some skills on overpass, but I wasn't ready for myXMG's performance there. So great stuff from them, especially considering they added SMF and Freeze in, but obviously SMF, very good. Freeze, well, you all know Freeze. So time for a quick break, guys. We're going to move into the third map. And again, the winner plays against of this series plays against Hellraisers or Alternate, the winner of that series. And then they all get to play for that 5th spot. So stay with us, and we'll be back right after the break for Inferno.